Welcome back to another episode of What's on Yours. I'm Michael Hennessy.
And I'm Cindy Smith.
So Cindy, March is in.
March is here.
It's in like a lion.
Not here.
No?
It was very mild on the weekend, so.
Oh, you're so lucky.
I'm tired of winter.
You know, I'm on the road, but when I go back, I get back to my house, I have to look forward to minus 30 weather waiting for me. So
Yeah.
that's what happens, right?
That's it.
So I know you've got a little bit of a bug on the throat.
Yes.
That's what happens when you're a hockey mom and you're helping to run the hockey team.
That's it. This is like last year I wasn't as sick as I was this year.
Okay.
But it's from literally being in a cold arena to going outside because you're already kind of warm. And then you're outside, you're catching the draft.
And then there's all the kids
That's
in a
it.
confined space, petri dish.
Exactly.
So I'm not going to get you to strain your voice too much. We're going to jump right into the books this week.
Sounds good.
So I know you usually keep a list of, so for your book blog,
Mhm.
Cindy's Love of Books, you generally get a steady stream of advanced copies.
Pretty much a steady stream. Not a lot anymore.
Okay.
Because I've gotten to be very selective of what I'll take.
Which is good to hear. But
Yeah.
you do have something, right?
Yes, it's a brand new one. I will always write back how one letter changed two lives. And it's based on a true story about an all-American girl and a boy from Zimbabwe and how just writing to each other has changed their lives.
Mm-hmm. Well, that sounds pretty interesting. Now, is that have you had a chance to dig into it? Or that's not on your upcoming?
I just got it today, so I haven't really looked at it, but it seems good.
I wonder if it's the writing, like an actual, if it's an actual written series as opposed to typing on emails. I wonder if it's like handwritten letters kind of thing.
No, it's told in each of the characters' point of views. There is a little bit of letter writing in it, but it's mostly, I guess, her taught her and then him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Well, I think that'll be a nice one for the springtime.
Exactly.
My book was a book I've read before. Got it a while ago, but it's a great little book for insight onto screenwriting. It's How to Write Groundhog Day by Danny Rubin, and Groundhog Day is starring Andy McDowell and Bill Murray. Excellent movie. It's one of those screenplays a lot of screenwriters will tell you, look at this screenplay and study it because it really works very well. And I mean that's one that I read. Every year I go back and read it, and his book gives additional insight to how he wrote it. So anyone who's interested in writing, I'd recommend that one, How to Write Groundhog Day by Danny Rubin. Yeah, very good little book. I enjoy it. I enjoy some of the books where people step back and they give a bit of information on what inspired their writing and how they went about it, and yeah, excellent book, very good. Now, talking about the Groundhog Day, my movie that I watched recently was Sinister, which was directed by Scott Derrickson, and he co-wrote that screenplay with C. Robert Cargill, and it had Ethan Hawke in it, and it's in the tradition, the recent tradition, called like the Blumhouse effect, where it's a low-budget horror, and that makes a significant return on its investment. Well, Sinister it was made for $3 million and made a really solid return on it. Ethan Hawke essentially is a writer who does studies on true life crime cases, and his first book was a smash hit, and he's always been trying to get back to that success the first time through. So this movie starts off with them, his family, his wife, his son, his daughter, moving into a new house in a new location. It establishes pretty quickly that there was a crime in this town that they moved into, and in really the first few minutes, you realize that he's moved his family into the house where a family was killed,
Oh, no.
and he hasn't told them, and it is creepy. It's a creepy movie, and it works. I find it works very well in the recent tradition of these horror movies. I mean, there's a couple of jump, but not too many jump scares. But there's a steady buildup of creep,
Oh,
and it's a suspenseful kind of creepy, you know. It's very at night. It's very, very dimly lit, so you don't see anything around. And I tell you, I watched it, and it was very effective. I enjoyed how it was written.
okay.
I'm working on a horror screenplay now, and the build up and the kind of suspense and the kind of fear that it generates. That's what I'm looking to emulate. That type of suspense.
Perfect.
Enjoyable.
Yeah.
So you've been on the road for hockey. So did you catch any movie, or did you really just get to catch a bit on the TV?
It was just TV at the house.
Okay.
Yeah. We're watching Survivor.
Right.
It's got a nice twist this year. It's the white collars, the blue collars, and the no collars. So
Okay.
the white collars are like these executives,
Mm-hmm.
and then the blue collar are like a mailman, like a hairdresser. So like the working people.
Oh, Boston
and
Rob.
then
Yeah.
the last one are the no collars, who are just free spirits and do what they want.
Oh, damn dirty hippies.
That's it. And it was good last night because it was nice. They got rid of a big threat, the no
Okay.
collars.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and it was a complete blind side. And this is what I like, when they get rid of like these big guys who do nothing really but harm their game.
Oh,
So
okay.
they got rid of a guy, and he left. He had no idea he was leaving.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And the other one is Amazing Race.
Okay.
And I am Team New Kid with Jonathan Knight from New Kids on the Block.
Oh, so it's like with Celebrity Amazing Race?
It's not celebrities. It's more like they have like a couple people who have been like dating for a while, and they put like a bunch of people like who have not, like, are blind. It was like a blind.
Okay.
And Jonathan's on with his partner.
Interesting.
So I am Team New Kid all the way.
That's always, we haven't watched Amazing Race for a while, but when we did watch it, it was interesting to see the dynamic between, the relationship, how it strains, especially romantic couples.
Yeah.
How you really see, under pressure, what the dynamic is.
Exactly.
Do you see any cracks already?
I think this will be week 2. So
Okay.
I mean, not much is happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So we'll see.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, Survivor, they're still keeping it fresh for you?
I like Survivor just because you can't put the same group of people together.
Mm-hmm.
So it's reality TV, and it's the same concept, but it's these different personalities that bring it each year.
And it's interesting because, I mean, like you say, it's reality. People say, oh, it's like so boring. It's the same reality. That's where the editing comes in, because they're editing. It's all done by the time it goes to air.
That's
So
it.
it's like they're not editing it 1 week and then
No,
it goes to air.
it's already
all done.
filmed.
So they've already come up with how they're going to present the story for who
Yeah.
eventually wins.
That's it.
Yeah.
But it's like I said, even though it's the same concept season after season,
Mhm.
it's just like who they cast as the bad guy, or who, that's what makes it enjoyable to watch. It's not predictable.
I mean, I bet they have enough footage of everybody that they could turn anybody into a bad looking
sure.
person.
Yeah,
You know what I
I'm
mean?
sure.
Well, an offhand comment. If you're going and you have no sleep and you're like put with a bunch of people and you're having to do all these things,
And you're not eating.
You're going to be letting some snark go.
That's it. I'm sure. But I think that's what adds to it. It's like, it's even though it's repetitive, it's not really repetitive.
Talking about Snark, for TV, I really hammered through season 3 of House of Cards. It was made available last Friday, and I've been done that series for a couple of days now.
Very nice.
Put that 13 episodes right to bed.
Exactly.
Very, if you've liked the first 2 seasons of House of Cards, you'll like season 3.
That's it.
The writing.
And this is on Netflix, right?
This is on Netflix, yeah.
Speaking of Netflix, do you watch Orange is the New Black?
I do not. I have not watched it yet.
That's coming up in June 12th.
That's right. Netflix announced a few new series. Oh, you're all about that, are you?
I will be watching it all like in a matter of a night or 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm all about Orange is the New
So
Black.
you've got that blocked off, huh?
That's it. I've got that date, that weekend.
You got the do not disturb sign for the door?
Do not disturb calls. The phone's going off. There's going to be...
I see. I don't know what would happen if they scheduled it the same weekend as the BEA. You'd be like torn what to do.
Oh, but it's not happening during BEA.
I know.
That's it. And speaking of BEA,
Mm-hmm.
going to BEA.
Congratulations.
Thank
That
you
is
very
excellent
much.
to hear.
Yes.
And you'll be going with a group? Or
So far, it's another blogger that I know, Laura from Library of Clean Reads.
Okay.
She presented it. We talked about it, but then it just kind of went to the side a little bit. And then she called and asked me if I was still in, and it would be her, the lady she works with on her blog tours,
Okay.
and possibly a librarian from a high school here.
Nice. Okay.
4 of us.
Well, those are some guests that we should get on the show before you all head off to BEA.
That's it. Imagine that. That'd be quite the call to have from New York.
That sounds fantastic. And BEA is coming up when?
May.
The end of May?
The end of May, that last week.
Oh, okay. Memorial Day weekend then.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess it's Memorial Day is the 25th? So I think it's the 27th, 28th, 29th. I could be mistaken. It's like that last Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And for music, Mumford Sons has some new music out. I haven't had a chance to listen to it, but apparently it's supposed to be different from what you'd expect. They had the banjo, Celtic tinge, almost bluegrass, twangy added into the whole thing into the blender, but I'm not sure what the new thing is, the new style is. So I'm gonna check that out in the coming week. I've enjoyed what they've done before. So, and I'm still going through my instrumental soundtracks. I do want to also pick out John Carpenter has a compilation of music that he's done for different soundtracks. And one thing about John Carpenter, he's written screenplays. He's directed some excellent horror movies, but he's also scored several of the movies.
Okay.
Like Halloween, that iconic score to it, the theme song for Halloween. That's what he did, and it seems simple, but it's so effective. It's not something that just that's so simple, anybody could have done. No, the reason why it sort of seems simple now is because it's a classic. It sort of burrowed its way into popular consciousness. If you heard it, you'd think, ooh, spooky, just like the Jaws theme, dun 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 dun. People think, oh, it's been parodied so much. People think, oh, it's kind of lame. The reason why is because it's been so ingrained. It was that effective. The same sort of thing with some of John Carpenter's music. So that's coming up, what I'd like to get as well. I can't remember. There's a name for the soundtrack. I can't remember what it is, but it's a sampling of different tracks.
Interesting.
Yeah. Anything on your radio that stood out?
Anything. Nothing.
You're driving back and forth between the arenas and your tournaments. You're just listening to the radio.
You gotta remember, we had to be at the arena for 7:15 every morning, so it was just kind of let's get up, get in the car, stop at Tim's, and then...
I was gonna say, yeah, the sound of coffee.
Yeah, it was off a lot of the time. So
have you won your $5,000 Visa card from Tim Hortons yet?
I'm sorry.
Have you won your $5,000 card from Tim Hortons yet? No.
I think we've gotten coffee, a couple coffees, and maybe 2 donuts.
Okay. Yeah, we've really cut down on our Tim Hortons consumption, but over the past week we've gotten a couple, and I won one yesterday, won one today because I'm on the road right now. Apparently that's what it is. I have to leave my hometown if I want to win anything.
That's it. Leave the hometown.
But yeah. Well, that's it. I'm glad that you're getting over the sore throat.
It's the coughing now that's the problem.
Mm-hmm. We need Fisherman's Friend.
Fisherman's Friends.
And Buckley's.
I've been taking cough syrup. Yeah, I've been doing the cough syrup.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Well, I think next week we've got a St. Patrick's flavored show, I do believe.
That's it.
Because we're leading into the touch of the green.
Exactly.
And then Easter's coming up not too far after that.
That's it.
Between St. Patrick's and Easter, though, is spring. Thank God, I can't wait for spring to get here. Honestly. East Coast has just been hammered this winter. I don't want to seem like a crybaby, but enough with the snow.
It's enough.
I mean, we've had the end of my driveway by the telephone pole. It's got to be 8 feet of snow. My snowblower is having a tough time clearing the top of the snowbank.
I feel for you.
Yeah. Come back east. Come back to the east.
No. Been there, done that. Yeah. Have the T-shirt, worn it, not doing it again.
No, okay. Yeah.
I love my East Coast friends, but yeah, not going to happen.
Yeah, East Coast. I don't know if you've seen that apparel line, East Coast Lifestyle.
No.
No. Okay. Well, there's a series of it, and they need to do East Coast Lifestyle. It should just be like a snowbank with a shovel sticking out of it.
That's it.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better, and I'm going to get a chance to talk again next week.
Yes.
And we'll try to avoid any kind of Irish accent. We'll see.
Coming from me. Sorry.
All right. Well, I hope you have the rest of the good weekend. We'll catch you next week.
You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.